Hello viewers, welcome to another edition of War Robots test server. Here you're going to be seeing two new weapons, one which you've seen in test server before, and that's the Atomizer. It's essentially a machine gun that will shoot endlessly with endless ammunition, but as it keeps firing, despite its 500 meter range, it gets less and less accurate as it heats up. Now another weapon that you will be seeing, and this is new for the first time, will be a weapon that looks a lot like the Scourge, two Scourges, or two Calamities stacked together, and it is a 600 meter weapon, and it's an energy weapon with an arc, much like Scourge and Calamity, or Spark. Yeah, I placed that on two of them. It's called a Cataclysm on the Yao Ming. I should, while we're waiting, introduce that this is 2020, February 29th and March 1st. It is version 5.8.0, package 715. I'm going to play rather aggressively so that we can go through all the weapons and robots fairly quickly. I do have to play the robots, the normal robots, in order to get the Titan released, because I can't play the Titan until the charging is complete. So let's start with the Leech. I'm trying to stick to robots that only use Atomizer, with the exception of the Fenrir, as you'll see. So there'll be robots that primarily have medium slots. Okay, so everything's level 8, weapon and robot, and I have not added any premium modules or pilot skills. Now this is a fairly good choice for this weapon, because the Leech can do forward firing with its repulse ability. Okay, so let's activate the ability. Unlike the Bulgasari, where the shield is to its left, and fire it's a forward firing weapon, unlike the lock-on weapons such as Shock Train and Scourge, where you can turn and rotate the shield for protection. So as you can see, as you can fire, it gets increasingly red, and then as you stop firing, it will cool down and become more accurate. Right, so let's take a look at this again. Okay. So Guang is also a good choice. In the air, it gets 80% defense reduction. As you can see, as you fire, it turns increasingly orange, larger and larger arc, quarter circle arc, and as you increase its length of firing time, you will get less and less accuracy, but it's unlimited ammunition, and when you release the firing, see, notice how it cools down. Now this is not a good choice, because unlike the Leech or Spectre with 4 weapons, there's only 2. Oh, I think the game crashed here. Okay, we have a crash. Okay, let's try this again. Oh, it's hung. Okay, let's stop it and restart. Okay, so there's a problem here with the test server software. Now the Nemesis is not as good a choice. Although it is matched for its distance, 500 meters, the problem with the use of the Nemesis is that it will only provide you with 2 atomizers. The built-in weapon could be considered a third weapon, but it's only 2 of them. The Bulgasari, also not as good a choice. It does provide you with 3 weapons rather than 2, but let's carry on where we left off. We have to recharge Titan again. But the Bulgasari shield will be to the left, and therefore you don't get the benefit of any special protection while you're firing. He knows how the display of the weapon shows increasingly orange, and then red, and then when you release it cools down and becomes more accurate again. But when I'm firing to a large group, accuracy not as important. Right, so as I said, I'm going to play rather aggressively so that we can move on to other robots. So the distance is matched 500 meters. Now let's see the Bulgasari. This is not as good a choice because the shield, as you can see, is to the left. It's not like a lock-on weapon where you can rotate to the right, still have the shield for some protection to the front, and still be able to fire. So you must use the shield only for left side protection. Now will there be a shot grouping skill? Possibly, with the pilot. So now you can see it's very dispersed and not accurate, even at this 280 meter approximate distance. Okay, so the Titan is still being charged. All weapons and robots, as I mentioned, level 8, and I did not use any special pilot skills or premium modules. Just the non-premium modules that came standard with the robot level 1. Oh, it's going to crash again. Oh, it crashed. Alright, we'll have to stop this again. Okay, let's go to battle again. It's crashing a lot. I wish you could deploy the Titan without charging. I wonder why they made it so that you have to play other robots first without being able to play the Titan at the beginning or near the beginning, and why it takes so much effort to charge. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, as soon as the Titan is charged, we'll try that out. It's important to note that the Cataclysm, that alpha weapon for the Titan, does not have a beta equivalent, so I had to put the Curacer on it, which is 600 meter weapon, but it's as far as like an energy weapon, like a Dragoon, like a Hussar, like a Marquess. This endless firing is very handy, but you can definitely see the bullet spread occurring. I'm going to wait until I get my ability back. Now. Oh, Okay, next robot. Hopefully we don't get a crash before we can try the Titan. The Aguang gets 80% damage reduction in the air, as I previously mentioned. So much like the Leech, it can fire forward facing with protection, unlike the Bulgasari where the protection is to its left. And this also has a built-in rocket, which fires a little bit like the Hydra, but it's 500 meter range rather than 600. Okay, as I'm going to play rather aggressively. I hope we can release the Titan soon before it crashes again. It cools down rather fast, which is beneficial. I initially said this weapon was too strong when it was doing 800 something damage per round, but now it's 720, so that's toned down somewhat, which is good. This is not a good robot to use because this is more of a sustained weapon rather than a burst weapon, so there's only 2 of them. And you want to be able to peek out with the ability, like I'm doing right now, and then fire something in a burst, and then going back into hiding, like I am now again. But this weapon, you have to stay out in the open. So you want something like a Fenrir or a Aguang, which can stay out in the open, while giving you some protection. The Titan's almost charged. Okay, let's change the Titan. And even if we have to destroy this robot. Who knows when this tester will crash again. Now I don't have the equivalent to the Calamity on the beta because there is no such option. Let's get in the air. So the Curacer will have to do. Now what I'll try to do is I'll try to fire only the Cataclysm to see how it does. There's a lock on time. There, now there's a lock on time involved. But I'm firing only the Cataclysm. I need to just discharge these 2 weapons. And firing only the Cataclysm now. That's a very good weapon. Quite powerful. As you get closer, it becomes more powerful, much like the electric arc weapons, such as the Calamity, the Scourge, and the Spark. Okay. That's it. Thank you very much for watching. And we'll see you at the next test server.